Keewaydinoquay Pakawakuk Peschel was a scholar, ethnobotanist, herbalist, medicine woman, teacher and author. She was an Anishinaabeg Elder of the Crane Clan. She was born in Michigan around 1919 and spent time on Garden Island, a traditional Anishinaabeg homeland. Biography. Keewaydinoquay Pakawakuk Peschel was a scholar, ethnobotanist, herbalist, medicine woman, teacher and author. She was an Anishinaabeg Elder of the Crane Clan. She was born in Michigan around 1919 and spent time on Garden Island, a traditional Anishinaabeg homeland. According to her biography, she was born in a fishing boat en route to the hospital from the Manitou Islands, which capsized shortly thereafter, and her survival was interpreted as miraculous. Her childhood name, meaning "walks with bears," derived from an incident where as a toddler she was left on a blanket as her parents gathered blueberries, returning to see her standing by bears, eating blueberries off the bushes. Her adult name, Keewaydinoquay, recorded as Keewaydinoquay, means "woman of the north," and came from her vision quest. She apprenticed with the noted Anishinaabeg medicine woman Anishinaabeg from the age of 9 and worked for many years as a medicine woman, at a time when her people had little access to conventional medical care and when conventional medical care failed to cure them, healing more than several patients deemed to be terminally ill. At the age of 57 she decided to study anthropology, realizing that people would listen to her more if she had a degree. She received a Master of Education degree from Wayne State University, and had finished all coursework for a Ph.D. in ethnobotany at the University of Michigan. She was awarded the Michigan Conservation Teacher of the Year in 1975 for her outstanding work in the field of conservation. She taught classes in ethnobotany as well as philosophy of the Great Lakes American Indians at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, where she was a professor in the 1980s, and lectured at many herbal conferences. She was consulted for many prestigious books, including several on Great Lakes indigenous plant use. She lived in Ann Arbor, Milwaukee, Leland, and most notably at her heart's home, Garden Island. She was the author of numerous books on herbs, Native American medicine, and rare legends for children and adults. Keewaydinoquay founded the Minnesota Drum, a non-profit organization supporting the preservation and evolution of Great Lakes Native American traditions. Many referred to Keewaydinoquay lovingly as Nokomis. The group has ties with established and recognized tribes in the area. She was the subject of controversy, much of it stemming from her willingness to teach those of other than native backgrounds. She started doing this at a time when native people had just secured their abilities to openly practice traditional ceremonial rites and religious observances. Key said it broke her heart that she could find no native peoples interested in learning about their own culture, and she offered her teachings to non-natives as the only way of preserving her heritage. She said to critics that the time was late, and that people of good hearts and like minds needed to work together to offset the users and those that were actively hurting the earth. Some other elders at the time affirmed the wisdom of this, and later many who had earlier criticized her came to appreciate the wisdom of these teachings and proclaimed them themselves. She died on July 21, 1999, and was honored with a traditional midwife ceremony on Garden Island. In March 2002, the Holy Hill Trust of Leland was awarded a Michigan Humanities Council grant to develop a book tentatively titled The Life Story of Keewaydinoquay. A book covering her childhood was published by the University of Michigan Press in 2006 and was named one of the notable books of Michigan in 2007. The final title of this first book is Keewaydinoquay: Stories from My Youth. The second book, telling about her adult life, was supported by another grant from the Michigan Humanities Council. It is tentatively titled The Work of Keewaydinoquay, and will be published in 2010. In March 2002, the Holy Hill Trust of Leland, Michigan received a $11,520 Public Humanities Development Grant for the life story of Keewaydinoquay, Woman Between Worlds. The project includes researching the journals, work, letters, or audio tapes, and oral teaching of Keewaydinoquay. The goal is to create a volume that shares a view of her working life as a teacher, including her photos, drawing, and poetry. The project will create a biography of Keewaydinoquay and offer a lecture series in the region. The first volume, titled Stories from My Youth, has already been published. The second, focusing on her adult life, is being written. Publications: Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Dear Grandfathers, excerpt from Truth is Stranger. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Purpwy for the People, a narrative account of some uses of fungi among the Anishinaabeg. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Directions We Know. Walk in Honor in Minneskittigan Drum Garden Island, Me. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay. Joy and ammo in Now, Happiness in the Half-World. My Reverend Grandfather Challenges Coprinus atramentarius. Botanical Museum of Harvard University. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay. The Legend of Miss Quado. Journal of Psychedelic Drugs, 1129-31, January to June 1979. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Stories from My Youth. University of Michigan Press. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay, NKOMIs, Mukwamiskominakinnik Gift of Bear, Minneskittigan Drum, Garden Island, Me. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay, NKOMIs, Min, Anishinaabeg Elder, Blueberry, First Fruit of the People, Minneskittigan Drum, Garden Island, Me. Bibliography: Bloom, Cindy. Nakomis Keewaydinoquay Peschel, Woman of the Northwest Wind. http www. Webcitation. Org. Query. URL equals http www.geocities.com/soaring/wings/wings18/article04.htm and amp. Date equals the 26th of October 2009 plus 2 hours 52 minutes and 6 seconds. Giblin, Nan J. Keewaydinoquay, Woman of the Northwest Wind. The Life and Philosophy of a Native American Teacher in Counseling and AMP. Values, April 1998, Volume 42. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Dear Grandfathers, excerpt from Truth is Stranger. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Purpwy for the People, a narrative account of some uses of fungi among the Anishinaabeg. Peschel, Keewaydinoquay M. Directions We Know. Walk in Honor in Minneskittigan Drum Garden Island, Me.